jumping back into the gameplay here. Things will be running flawlessly. I am just jumping to accusations, but I am guaranteeing it. With that said, we are going back to Hotel on execution. Now, very standard play we see on Hotel is rounds 1, 3, 5, and 7. The torque bow will be up top. We'll have the incendiary grenades in the front door. The digger will be outside. And face... normally we see as it's normally 3 or sometimes even 4 people into the middle of the map, 2 going up to the torque bow, 2 kind of playing the field. What can we expect to see between these two teams?
You know, I'm expecting pretty much exactly what you said. I'm looking at 3-1 pushes up towards the bow and 2-2 splits. 2 to the bow, 2 to the lobby.
I'm ready. It's face.
It's always the face. You know,
now we're on different
I don't want to be control of this yet. But anyway, now we're on different teams. So anyway, look, here's what we're going to be seeing. I'm going to be seeing a lot of 3-1s up to bow. I'm going to 3 to bow, 1 to the lobby. We're going to be seeing some 2-2s, 2 to the bow, 2 to the lobby, and then we also might be seeing some 1-1-2s, which would be 2 up to bow, 1 to the lobby, and 1 trying to secure incendiaries.
Gotcha.
And that's just from the torque bow round. Now, when we're coming out to the boom shot round, we might be seeing some 3-1s on the outside. 1 member of Apex, 1 member of Legacy holding down the boom shot side while the other guys try to rush the steps and get the gives off, secure nades, hold down the 1v1 spots, etc. So without further ado, we're on board right now with Apex versus Legacy on Hotel. I'm pretty excited about this. Everybody out there actually, I got a tweet. I got a tweet from a trap star. Saying that the whole of Europe wants to see Apex going in live right now versus a Legacy, and I'm really excited. We got 5 seconds left on the clock, and how do you think this round is going to open up? I'll go ahead and let you take it.
Well, Face, really, I have to paint the complete story here. One, just to really let everyone know, people were terrified to play Apex.
They were terrified.
We addressed that earlier on. And, you know, they play a very, very fast gameplay. They are very, very quick, a little bit unorthodox at times. But, you know, on the other side, we have a newcomer in Excel. He is a banger online, and this is pretty much his debut. So he is looking to make a name for himself. So Apex coming across the Atlantic to the States to try to get their presence known. And on the other side, Excel's 15 years old.
15. Yep, and 15 years old actually in a captain position, which is pretty neat. And right there, as we saw, Perfect Uno was actually able to get a nice incendiary kill, and Reese and Loco coming in and just doing kids dirty right there. Legacy actually up a man, and Apex just coming in and doing some crazy work right there, dropping it back down into Apex favor. So we're looking at a 3v1. Reese has Mephisto in sights right now. He's just going to blind fire off a couple shots right now. Loco in a 1v1 and sits Mephisto down.
Oh, and the middle finger has been pointed! Oh, man, I'm loving every second of this. I got up like I was a part of it. I was like, yeah, I'm doing it too. Oh, I'm stoked out of my mind.
And right there, Apex coming in and shutting down this team for the very first round. And we just saw Loco stand up and flip the bird. I can't believe that just happened. So, Scott, like I was right, we're looking at a 2-2 push right now. I'm sorry, we're looking at a 2-1-1 push right now. I'm sure there's one guy inside on the power weapons. It's looking like Mephisto catching off reactions right now. Fitz are able to pick off Wingos with the boom shot. 3v3, leaving Apex with the power weapon control, with the power weapon play. One member of Apex down, just got down. Yeah, he was the boom shot. He's up now. And we're going into like another little stalemate action. 3-3, 3v2. Ooh. Mephisto making some great plays, dropping it down to a 3-2. Apex able to have boom shot control right now. 2-1-2. He goes down.
Oh, no. Fixer just like that is going to be able to clean up Mephisto. This is now a 2-on-1 situation. Apex Loco, the European Dream Boy himself.
The European Dream Boy himself.
He is a Gears 1 pro. He kicked ass at Halo 3, and now he's playing Gears of War 3. He's the jack of all trades. Space.
The jack of all trades.
That is now going to be 2-0. They have already made their presence known. There's no flipping of the bird. You turn back
these guys are over there now just giggling like little schoolgirls and giving each other high fives. I'm pretty sure that this Apex team has just got a little bit more confident as they're going to go ahead and roll out into this third Torque Bow round right now. So jumping on board with Wingos. Wingos and Excels. It's looking like it's going to be a tag team combo up at the Torque Bow right now. I take that back. It's looking like this team Apex is once again going to push out Legacy over the Torque Bow side. And I don't know what's going on. Legacy playing really passive right now.
Well, Legacy is electing to just not worry about the bow and actually go for those incendiary grenades, which isn't necessarily a bad idea because those incendiary grenades now have got that buff. Even though they got nerfed, they're still extremely strong.
Well, the buff actually is not here.
Really?
Yeah, it is. We're actually back to our original incendiaries.
Really?
Just due to the fact that it wasn't a title update buff. So we're actually banging with original nades. Wow. Original incendiaries. That's why when kids were, when guys were in the middle of scrims and whatnot, we haven't seen really too much of a play to secure those incendiary grenades, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That's why I like having you in here.
Of course.
You're dropping knowledge.
Dropping knowledge.
Player,
dropping knowledge, everybody. We're still 4v4 strong right now with less than a minute taken off the clock. So we got 3:48 on the clock. And just kind of looking at a little stalemate situation. Got 3 members of Legacy inside waiting on the bows to pop up. And it's looking like Apex has got a pretty nice setup outside.
Yeah, they have one guy sitting at the spawn door. They have 2 guys around the digger, and then they have the other guy watching the other spawn door. And now, really, they're electing to take the digger over the Torque Bow, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. As I cycle through, I'm not sure if any of them picked up the first digger. Yes, they did. But so by waiting on this second digger here, they could have another guy pick up the digger, and they could start forcing people out of cover. And right away, Apex rejections.
We'll call them reactions. Yeah, and as we got done seeing Scott, I'm almost sure that you just got done watching him shoot one of those diggers.
Did you know that?
This is actually the first time I'm seeing it. However, we know exactly what these diggers are doing. It's looking like this Apex team is taking all the time in the world they need to set up their digger plays and know exactly what walls they shoot through and what walls they don't. So we just got done watching reactions, put 2 diggers to the left and right-hand side of the front door, hopefully trying to catch one of the members from Legacy inside the lobby.
Well, now taking a look here at the members of Legacy, we see as Mephisto is going to be watching the front door. And I cycled the wrong way. Wingos is going to be up top at the Torque Bow. Excels is now watching the left door. And that leaves Uno watching the right door. Very, very slow play here. This is pretty much going to be the cooler round. And this actually makes complete sense as to why Legacy's doing this. They realize that a fast, hectic gameplay, they can't keep up with Apex. So what better way to slow down the entire team by playing a very slow round. Yep. This is actually very beneficial. If they could pull this round out, 1, they will regain confidence, and then Apex will have to adjust. They are known as the really aggressor team here.
Yep, that's true, especially being led here by Excels. I mean, being so young, this team is looking pretty solid right now. I'm actually kind of confused as to how they got into this situation right here.
I forget all about what happened.
Maybe there's some kind of team communication going on with Legacy saying, maybe these guys are going to be out slaying us kind of thing. So let's go ahead and calm down and see if we can play this game by numbers.
Well, if you do remember off the beginning, there was Apex who stormed up to the top. They had control of the Torque Bow.
That's right. They pushed
I'm not
them all
sure
out.
what happened, and then Wingos and Excels forced down the stairs, and then they were unable to do anything with it. And now we're seeing as it is just Stalemate City here on Hotel.
Yep.
And the first digger, and he is going to draw the first blood.
Reactions able to pick off Mephisto finally with the digger, catching him. So dropping that down to a 3v4. One of the things I would have liked to have seen is probably a little bit better, more smoke control from this Legacy team. Realizing that realizing the Apex is pushing in, on the more aggressive side kind of thing. So they're playing the lobby. I would have liked to have seen more smokes actually head up towards Bow, and that's where the contest, in my opinion, should be, especially coming in from the locust side since that is the fast track. So Wingos Also known as one of the better power weapon players in the game, able to secure reactions, get a real nice digger right now, and he's going in for a three-piece, showing absolutely no respect towards Wingos. Wingos putting away the shotgun, but he's going to go ahead and get picked off, and Fitzer picking up Excels. And just like that, this Apex team going up to a clean 3-0 on this first map, a hotel. You know you're my favorite Raw Talent player, right? All right. Just making sure.
Hey, we got to re-host.
Yeah, right.
I'm not kidding. Okay, so, well, can we get them to stop? So a floor update here.
Can't stop the middle of this game right now.
The weapon respawn times were actually incorrect. So the first 2 rounds will count because Apex definitely deserved those wins, and the weapon respawns did not come into a factor. And
man, it's just like that. Wingo's able to pick off reactions. Loco picking up that kill right there off of Wingos.
Unless we are just saying fuck it. And I said I had to pop my.
Yeah,
I had to pop the bottle.
It's most likely we were headed with that. So, right now, Legacy getting caught up on Hotel. 3v1 situation in favor of Apex. Reactions. Once again, another online titled player coming strong here at Hypefestation. And Apex catching the quick 4-0. We're going to go ahead and get ready to set up for the next match. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right with you.
We have given up on Rustlung on the main stage.
And we're getting ready to jump on the Apex.
And I actually got clarification. So since Apex was up 3-0, the host, it was his fault that the game type was wrong. So if it was Apex who was down 3-0, they could be like, oh, well, the game type was wrong, I'm sorry. But the host wasn't paying attention, and now we have what we have.
All right, jumping on board right now with this Apex squad. All 3 members of Apex actually rushing straight into the hill. No smokes at all. And Loco actually getting caught up right there. He's going to go ahead and get down. Perfect Duno able to pick off a Fitzer. Right now, that's 2v4, 2v2. Reese with a meat shield. That's going to get broken off real quick. Reaction's able to pick off Mephisto. And right now, this is a major play right here. He needs to pick off this 2v1 or this Loco.
Oh, no. Oh, and Reaction's going to miss the shot. And now here comes the reinforcements. And it looks as though Apex will be able to cap this hill. And now we are going to see as they have their first sign of control. And we now wait to see the strategy that is going to be used by Apex on King of the Hill on Drydock. Face, it's early in Drydock. You know, we see it go both ways. What can we expect to see on this map?
All right, well, as we know, the first guy to die is guaranteed a power weapon.
And there is the fake out.
We will get this down. I promise you, folks. Okay, that's all right. So,
Host is not paying attention here in this series. People are really heated. They are focusing more on trash talk and just getting the game played rather than the correct settings. This is what happens when you give players the right to pick.
Yep. So anyway, before any kind of updates were made to Drydock, there was an actual Scorcher. Well, there was actually only 1 ink, and that was on a cog side spawn. And then there was a Scorcher on the Locust side. So as the game progressed, they actually took a Scorcher out and they replaced it with an ink so that there was 2 inks on the map, and really seemed to balance the map out pretty well. Unfortunately, the map wasn't updated, so we're going to have to go ahead and put the manual swaps in. So just hang tight for a minute, and we will be right back with you.
I believe we are just going to be hanging out. No.
It's all right. That means Legacy just gets the get initial again. That's all. I'm tired. We're live again?
We've been live, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're back. I'm pretty sure we ran a commercial break, but we are back. So we just had to fix up a couple swaps
all we
real
have
quick.
to do is hit spectator and we're good to go.
Yep. Fix up those swaps, then we're going to go ahead and open this map right back up. So, Apex actually able to win the initial of this map. And it's looking like Legacy is going to get the opportunity to try it one more time.
Yeah. And here comes yawn. Dual yawn. That's what happens. It's been a long day. The player who I'm willing to sacrifice for a while to watch is going to be Reese. Have you seen his movement? It's better than Atmo.
You think so?
I'll wait for you to see it. I can't explain it.
The guy plays his camera angles pretty well.
Oh yeah, all 20s.
All 20s.
He plays all 20s.
Well, there's a lot of us here that all play 20s.
Really?
I was actually a 20-20-20 player up until last week. I dropped my game down to a 15-15-15.
And what made you decide that?
Yeah, shots just not connecting. I felt like I was getting cheated online with it. You know, like I know I was hitting, and I know I was putting my shots where they needed to go, but they just weren't registering, kind of thing. So I dropped down, and then I actually came here. I got about an hour and a half worth of warm up in and whatnot, and earlier this morning, and I was on 15s, and even that just felt a little too sluggish here. You know, for players like Reese or whatever that are playing on 20s that just, you know, naturally have the advantage just due to how fast they can turn. So I went ahead and stepped up to 16s, and we'll see how that goes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that is a little bit of a debate going on here. It seems as some players believe LAN is a little bit slower, so you have to up your sensitivity one notch.
Well, I guess as a general rule of thumb, the game type on LAN is slow, 110% slower. You can't drag your shots, you know, which really hinders a lot of the players, you know, because a lot of these guys are used to dragging their shotgun to get the Gibbs. And well, you know, when you come here, it's actually time to play. So where you put your reticle on the screen is where your shots are actually going to go. There's no curving bullets here.
Sometimes.
Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then.
Absolutely.
Host gets to do whatever.
And if I could only explain, you know, maybe if we see a really abusive host, I might get into that and explain just how incredibly butter host is.
We have to save some information though.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, like the host pistol is just there is no cap on it. It's unreal. It's nonstop, and that's what I just don't get. I don't understand the snub pistol. You know, sometimes you get 2 bursts and sometimes you get a full clip. It really doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Right? All right, guys. Well, welcome back. We're getting ready to reopen up this King of the Hill Drydock. Before the swaps were actually mistaken.
Hold the phone. What is Wingos' name?
Wingos loves PR. But I'll get into that here in a second. Right now, we're jumping back on board with this Apex team. Apex, once again, opening up with their 3 rush to the hill. Loco, he's actually going to go ahead and get 4-pointed and stunned. Legacy really didn't make a difference on it. And right there, the ink goes off, and he was able to pick up the kill. Perfect, picking up 2 kills, and Excels and Reese actually trading. So, with a little stroke of good luck, Legacy actually able to take over this first hill. I'm not too sure what to think about that, but Legacy knew exactly what was going down, and they adjusted really quick and shut them right down. So Legacy putting the first 20 points on the hill, and it is up to this Apex team to get their setup down and get this hill broken.
Well, Fitzer now does have this torque bow. He's trying to get an epic angle here at the bottom of the cog ramp. He's looking to find something, but this is going to be really hard. Now, the thing I'm liking about this thus far is that Apex completely gave up on that first initial hill, and now they are looking to be setting up for the second one. Now, what this is going to do is, one, they're going to be down. Yes, they're going to be down about 54-0, give or take, depending on when exactly the members of Legacy cap that hill. But if they win this next initial fight, then, I mean, they can easily climb back into this.
Yeah, right there, 60 seconds on the clock, 61, and this hill's getting ready to move here shortly. But 65 unanswered points against Apex right there after they won the original initial push before they went ahead and backed out on swap. So Legacy in a real nice position right now, 65-7. Apex finally on the board. And right now, Fitzer, he's going to go ahead and get stunned by an Ink. Mephisto finishing off with a quick nade kill. And Legacy just looking really solid right now. They're going to go ahead and put Reese down, dropping it down to a 4v2. Wingo's able to pick off reactions. They're going to get in for a nice hill break right here, picking off the 4th member of Apex. 3 members of Legacy still standing. They're going to lock this hill, hopefully get their setup in, and shut down the members of Apex on their break.
Great execution by the members of Legacy. You see how they made their presence in the mid-bridge, and then they sent 2 guys coming around on cog ramp, and that forced the members of apeX to send 2 guys there, and then they had a nice push through the middle, nice orchestrated smoke grenades, and we also saw that ink grenade come in, completely catch Spitzer off guard, and because of that, now they have hill control, and they are about to be up by about 80 points.
Yep, Wingo's picking up another kill. Mephisto able to pick off Reese. They're actually doing a really nice job against this apeX team right there. apeX realizing that there's only a little bit of hill left, or only a little bit